Hey, it's Brandon Tingey here.
And I'm Lance Duff with ExtremeBass.com. The lake the anglers choose us to fish. Today we're here at Fayette County. We got brutal winds today, up to 35 miles an hour. It's mid-April. All the fish are in post-spawn. Brandon, tell us a little bit about the lake, see what we're up against.
Well, Lake Fayetteville is a cool water power plant lake. It's located about 10 miles east of LaGrange, Texas here. And it's a wonderful fishery here. It's a slot lake, so we have fish that we got to worry about slot. You got to catch and release those fish that are inside the slot limit. The lake record currently is just over 12 pounds, but like you said, the water temperatures are real warm. We're in post-spawn, so we're going to have to try to figure these fish out for you. Definitely.
Let's go get them, brother.
Let's go. Right there.
He's coming up. Yeah, you ate that thing, man. That thing's perfect.
Really, really windy.
Wind gust up to 35 miles an hour, but man, we're catching them like crazy.
A foot or two below the water, these fish, they don't care. They don't feel any of this wind.
It's all mental game.
They called for 20 to 30 mile an hour wind today, but
I think they lied.
I really love the way this rod and this bait's working. Oh look.
Got him? Oh, dude, there he is. Do you think? Still got it? Sling him on in.
Right there.
Fish have been eaten today. Like every cast.
We had over 800 votes in the last 2.5, 3 weeks of the 5 lakes to fish. This is Lake Fayette. It's just about 10 miles east of LaGrange. This is the lake that was chosen for us to fish this month. So it's middle of April, post-spawn. We're gonna show you guys how to catch them this weekend. Make it a little bit easier for y'all to be able to come out here and catch fish. I'm throwing this Bill Lewis rattle trap. It's a tilapia color. This color right here is ideal for this lake with the tilapia bait fish that are here, and it's pretty realistic looking. It's got a little red belly to it, flash, and it gets hit a lot here. If I wasn't throwing this color, I'd be throwing a chrome blackback. Those are ideal baits. You can cover lots of water with it. You can locate fish. It casts real well, and it's real easy to fish just about anywhere. So this is definitely a go-to bait on this lake, and pretty much for me year-round.
About there. Looks like a 10-pounder. Look at that, dude, he choked it. That's a 4-pounder. Man, he's pulling. Man, that's a good fish. Get her back. Giant! Good one. That's a good one.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him. That's a toad right here. Golly. I'm trying to horse him up and I can't even. There we go, how about that? Get her back. All the beds right here. There's tons of them.
Find these bass, if you can find areas that they bed and they spawn in, take a mental note, write that kind of stuff down, because these fish have spawned here for a reason. It's because of the location of the lake, the wind, where it is in relation to where the north wind is that time of year. So this is kind of on the southeast corner of the lake. They usually spawn a little bit later on the south side. But these fish that have made these beds, I mean, they're going to spawn here, and this is going to be a known spawning area throughout the year for many years to come. So when you find those kind of areas, you just want to stay on it and remember it, because they'll come back there next year.
Man, there's just some that just shook that reeds right there pretty hard.
Lake Fayette is a cool water power plant lake. It's about 2,400 acres. It's pretty small. It's located about 10 miles east of LaGrange, Texas. The current lake record is just over 12 pounds.
The fish are still there's a bite. There he is.
Watch your camera.
Offset on her hook right there in the rip of the mouth where it's supposed to be. That fish clearly ate that bait. Nice one.
Look at that. See that wind? I have to start side arming it.
Yeah, I know it.
Not bringing it up.
Left-handed, I'll hop on that other side.
Right there on a Norman. The key is just working a fast-moving bait along the edge of these rocks and these bulkheads at different types of lakes. These fish push these shad up here and they kind of eat on them throughout the day. So as long as you have a fast-moving bait, you can usually do real well. A lot of guys traditionally will throw soft plastics around these rocks and stuff, like these guys you see up here ahead of us. But I've found that if you know the fish are eating, which they are, I mean, fish pretty much do two things. They spawn and they eat. We're past the spawn, so we know that they're eating, they're chasing these shads. So you can just keep working these baits where you know the known fish spots are, they'll hit them. Good one just blew up right there. There's one.
A double. Another good fish.
Again, these fish here are in the target range of about 6 to 9 feet. And if you can try to keep that bait, a fast-moving bait, something that resembles a shad or some type of bait fish, that's what these fish are doing right now. They're chasing shad, just gorging on them after their spawn. So there's a good fish probably just inside the slot. And we're just basically catching this one on a Norman. Another thing I found is if you got rocks and when you feel one, you bump on a rock, just kind of slow it down and reel retrieve. See, we're in 12 foot here. there's the key right there. Just moving a fast style bait around these rocks here, around this bulkhead. This is a Norman crankbait, just a little deep end, but just move something that's real fast, something that they'll hit, something that resembles a bait fish, and you can catch them all day long. These three guys that are up here, these three boats, they're actually pointing into the actual bulkhead here, and they're casting at it. Well, what we're doing is by targeting the depth range that they're at, that 5 to 10 foot range, we're paralleling the bank here, and we're casting into that target depth range. So our bait is in that target depth range for a longer period of time. That's allowing us to catch more fish. We've caught 5 fish and we haven't seen them catch 1 yet. So boat position is definitely a key. So Lance here is caught up on some rocks here along this bulkhead. And what we did is we've got a lure retriever here. We're going to show you how to retrieve one of these lures. You know, some baits can get pretty expensive, and even some that are custom colors. We're going to show you how you can retrieve this and get that bait back. You slide that hook around there, just like some of y'all are used to. Nothing fancy, but what we have is he's going to take the slack out and hold it real tight. Going to get over kind of close to on top of it, and as he holds a lot of pressure, we're going to just let this go down where we can let that bump on there.
There you go.
And right there is how you get it off. Now what I've done is I've hooked it up to a little reel here. What we were able to do is just let that slide down there. It hooks onto the hooks. And once it hooks onto that hook, you just bring that line back up, and that allows you to get that bait, save you some money. Right there, that's all you gotta do. Woo. Good fish though. Fast moving baits.
Hey, we just got off the water. We fished from about 7:30 to about 12 o'clock. Had a really good day, and we want to tell you what we caught them on. We started off throwing swim bait styles and rattle trap. Brand, why don't you tell us what we started catching them on?
Well, we actually started off in the morning, like you said, covering lots of water. We wanted to really try to find the fish, and we were able to find them using a rattle trap, just a lipless crankbait, covering lots of water, trying to narrow down on where we could find fish. As the day progressed, we realized that they were responding really well to a reaction style bait. We threw the rattle trap and also a Norman little deep end crankbait. That was allowing us to cover lots of water and hook up on fish throughout the day. We caught a lot of numbers doing it this way, but Lance actually caught our 2 biggest fish with these 2 baits here that he's got in his hand.
This is a owner swim bait, like I said earlier. We were fishing at about 8 to 10 foot. A lot of these fish we were catching were in the trees suspended. And what I was doing, I was making long casts and bringing the swim bait just right beside them. And they would come out from them trees and they would ambush this, and this is how we got a lot of bites. When that bite slowed down about 10 o'clock, then we started flipping. Got a 10.5 inch plum excite worm. This is the raptor tail. It's got scent already in it, so you don't have to spray it with garlic or anything else. It's ready to go right out of the package. We started flipping them heavy trees right in the heart of them, and we were able to pull several more bass out. They were keying in on the shade mainly. Mainly the shady sides of the trees is where we're having our best success in the later part of the day.
Definitely. So this weekend, we're gonna help y'all go ahead and catch fish on Fayette County. This is where y'all chose us through extremebass.com. You came to our website. We have over 800 votes in just 3 weeks. Basically, what you need to do is cover lots of water with 2 different types of baits, a rattle trap or a Norman deep little end, any type of bait that you have here. Cover water with your crankbaits. As it gets tough, it slows down, start throwing your soft plastic like Lance said here with a swim bait or one of these Excite power worms. The target depth range for us was less than 10 feet all day long. Even though it's post-spawn, we're in mid-April here, the fish are all done spawning out, but these fish are used to this water, they're used to the warm temperatures and the 90-degree weather we have today. So just go out there, cover lots of water, slow down once you start getting those bites, because those fish are gonna hold real tight together. There you go, guys.
Hope you enjoyed the show.